In this video, we're going to see Leigh Booth.
Leigh, welcome back to the channel, mate. Start butchering. He then fully TIG welded up both joints. These big blobby welds on the manifold have made Leigh's eyes sore. Ah, that's awesome, mate. Thank you so much, man.
Anytime, mate.
Zetec Turbo KITCAR. Here's his other two beasts. Zetec Turbo setup.
It's fully built in the shed car.
What a mad experience that was. That's crazy, man. Hello and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes, this is my beautiful girlfriend Kat, and if you watched the last video right to the very end, you'll know exactly what we're up to in this video. We're going to see Leigh Booth, and we actually went to see him quite recently, and he showed us around his cars. He's got an orange Cosy YB powered Mk1 Escort that I got a joyride in, actually. He's also got a 4-door Mk2 Escort with an ST170 setup, which we done a little bit of work on that day, and he's got a Zetec turbo powered KITCAR, which wasn't actually up and running when we went to see him before, but I believe it is now. So I'm hoping to get a passenger ride in that car. But in the boot of Roger the Plastic Fiesta, I've actually got the stainless exhaust system from Esther, my ST170 powered Mk1 Escort, and Leigh has very kindly offered to do some modifications to that exhaust before I fit it back to the car and ultimately get her back on the road. So we're quite close to Leigh's place, so I'll pick this video up when we get there. Leigh, welcome back to the channel, mate.
Oh, fella.
Now, I wasn't actually sure whether I was going to be leaving Esther's exhaust with Leigh for him to sort out at his leisure, but yeah, he's decided he wants to dive straight into this TIG welding job. Massive thanks for this, mate. Really appreciate it. I don't want to get in your way. But yeah, just marking up where he's going to cut it. Just to recap, we're going to be putting a flexi in the front centre section of Esther's exhaust to hopefully stop the manifold cracking. So yeah, I picked up this 100mm long, 2¼ inch bore stainless flexi from Pro Fusion exhausts the other day. And yeah, we're going to be putting it in this front centre section. Leigh's just marking up where he's going to start butchering. Leigh drew these 3 lines here to mark the orientation, and the taped section is the section that's going to be removed and replaced with the flexi.
Now go back. I'll be in the same position.
Yeah, cool. With the pipe cut, Leigh slips the flexi onto the longer half and tacks it in place, and then slips the other half of the pipe into the flexi, making sure that it was orientated correctly before tacking that in place. With Leigh happy that it was all in the correct position, he then fully TIG welded up both joints, and then he even gave the welds a bit of a polish afterwards.
Lovely jubbly.
Nice bit of flex in it now. So next up, Leigh's going to try and add a bracket like this to the other side of the back box.
Take this job far too seriously, man.
It's only going on an old banger Ford Escort. Leigh cut out a section of stainless steel and then cut slight slits into it to make it easier to bend into shape.
Yeah, looking good, mate.
Once the bracket was bent into the correct shape, Leigh TIG welded it to the exhaust back box and then welded up the little slits that he put in the stainless steel.
These big blobby welds on the manifold have made Leigh's eyes sore. There you go, buddy.
Cushy. And yeah, as you can see, he's smoothened out all the welds and yeah, added a load of welds. Leigh was saying how some of the welds didn't look like they were stuck to the flange properly, but yeah, definitely stuck now.
And yeah, as you would have just seen, he's added a bracket to the back box here. Looks exactly like the original one. And we've now got a flexi in this centre section. Nah, that's awesome, mate. Thank you so much, man.
Anytime, mate.
Hope one day I'm skilled enough to do stuff like this. Nah, it's pucker. All right, now last time we came down here, in this garage, was Leigh's Zetec Turbo KITCAR, but that's actually outside his house, so let's go and check that out. Alright, so here is said Zetec turbo powered KITCAR, looking awesome out the front of Leigh's place. Just to recap, for those of you that didn't see the other video, here's his other two beasts, the moredoor Mk2 Escort that's got an ST170 set up in it, and the orange bubble arched Mk1 Escort that's got a COSI YB in it. So yeah, this ST170 setup is draped in plenty of retro Ford goodies, like the exhaust manifold, water rail, the engine mounts down there. Also this alloy rad, which was a recent addition. It's running on throttle bodies, and last time I was here actually, I assumed that Leigh needed to adjust the throttle cable on these throttle bodies, but what he actually needed to do was bend the throttle pedal a little bit, and yeah, he now tells me that this thing runs absolutely mint. Over here you can see the COSI YB setup in his Mk1, absolute dream setup. And yeah, this thing was loads of fun when Leigh took me for a spin in it last time I was here. But yeah, do go back and check that video if you haven't already seen it. All right, so really cool to see this thing outside of the garage. You can have a much better walk around it. Absolutely loving the JPS livery on this thing with the black and the gold. And you were saying that this has got COSI brakes on it, Leigh, right?
No, I think they're off Alfa Romeo.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know what they are.
Oh, right.
But if you look in there, the caliper's been machined to get inside the rim.
Ah, see, yeah. Ah, cool. Big brakes. But yeah, these things are like little go-karts. I've heard they're loads of fun, and I'm going to be able to experience that from the passenger seat in a minute. I love how all the suspension on these things is, you know, outside and you can see it. It's that's what you call double wishbone suspension, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see the air intake here for the engine. Obviously, round here is where the radiator is. Yeah, Leigh was telling me the battery's actually mounted at the front. I think a lot of people mount the battery at the back here on the scuttle on these things, but yeah, this was actually built by Leigh's dad, and he was saying that he built the chassis in the kitchen.
Yep, kitchen.
Yeah. Which is really cool. Really racy cockpit, just literally a sheet of alley or stainless steel with all the gauges mounted. If I remember rightly, you were saying this has got a straight cut rocket box.
Yeah.
Not sure what these seats come out of, but they look really cool. Got the Sparco harnesses, really, really wide arches at the back. And one thing that Leigh's added to this since the last time we came is this controversial wing.
Well, I think it looks...
Your wife doesn't like it?
No, I like it though.
I think it looks cool. And I think if it's going to upset people, that makes it even more cool. You can see the JPS logo there on the back, and the Lotus badge. And this is a Locust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the logbook, my dad couldn't figure out what to call it, so he called it a Swallow TI.
A Swallow TI.
Yeah, just swap the T and the I round.
But yeah, Locust is one of those companies that did kit cars that are very similar to the Caterham Super 7s. Now, if it's all right with you, mate, can we have a look at the heart of the beast?
Yeah, of course can, yeah.
And you were saying that you had to put a new battery on this.
Yeah.
That was more of a struggle than Leigh was hoping. But yeah, just check out the Zetec turbo setup in the engine bay. Some sort of aftermarket inlet plenum.
That's what
here.
my dad made that.
Oh, your dad made that as well, yeah? Awesome, man. And around this side, we've got the spinny boy down there.
People would say that it's missing a bolt out the manifold here.
Oh, yeah?
But it's not. The manifold's welded to an adapter plate.
Oh, right.
That's just an upside down Zetec manifold, I think.
Do you know what turbo this is, or?
TD04, Subaru.
Oh, Subaru Impreza.
Impreza, yeah.
Cool.
It's got yellow Impreza injectors as well, I think.
Oh, right.
It's fully forged as well. It's got Vauxhall Cosworth pistons in it.
Is that like the XE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what power it's making?
With this?
Yeah.
About around 300.
300.
Yeah. When my dad had it rolling roaded, they said it had more power to weight per tonne than a Bugatti Veyron.
No, I can believe it though, because it doesn't weigh anything.
Yeah.
You know, if you say 600 kilos, 300 brake,
Yeah.
because a Bugatti Veyron, all right, they're like 1,000 brake, but they're also like 2 tons.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's really cool that, you know, your dad literally built this himself, especially because he built the chassis in the kitchen.
It's fully built in the shed car.
Yeah.
So he's
awesome.
made all the inlet manifolds, he's made the intercooler, all the water rails, all the blow-off valve pipes. The only bodywork that he's bought is this section, the scuttle, and the fiberglass arches.
Yeah.
But everything else is made himself.
It's crazy. Your old man's obviously a clever man. Hey, you can see the exhaust running down the side of the car.
Yeah, that's homemade as well.
Yeah. Quite a big bore as well, man. It's like
3 inch.
3 inch, yeah. And yeah, with a fully forged Zetec turbo lump in it, this is going to be nuts. Putting my life in your hands. So let's talk about the battery then, Lee.
So start off by saying my dad's an absolute numpty. So this is the gap that I've got to get the battery out. And there's the battery.
Ah, yeah.
So I have to take the nose cone off, the coolant tank, the alternator, all the auxiliary belt and all that sort of grubbins, and it's still, you still have to force it out.
But you got it done.
Yeah,
And why did your dad put it there?
because he's a numpty.
Power to weight. No,
Yeah. Weight distribution.
Yeah. Weight distribution is way more important than being able to service it. All right, Lee, I'm itching to experience this thing, so
I'll chuck it back together.
if it's all right with
I'm
you.
just going to check the wheel nuts.
That's it. Is that the pre-flight checks done then, is it?
Yeah, just 2 wheel nuts. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready when you are, man. Oh my God. Yeah, I hope the audio's coming through for you guys, because it sounds awesome in real life.
A bit different to the old Escorts, eh?
Oh yeah, man. Oh, this is awesome. I haven't lost my hat, I haven't lost my sunglasses, both still got our microphones. Harnesses like flapping in the wind. What a riot. Hey, I got it! Crazy, man. Crazy.
You been in anything like this before?
Nah.
Not bad for a little Mondeo engine, is it?
Yeah, mate. I think it might have something to do with the fact it's got a turbo strapped on the side of it. Mondeo engine, Vauxhall piston,
Yeah.
Subaru turbo.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
Well, what a mad experience that was. That's crazy, man. Oh, it like grips, but then it don't as well. Like. Now, we'll leave some links in the description of this video to some videos of this kit car on track. If I remember rightly, the kit car was different colours.
Yeah, it's been all sorts of colours, but
yeah.
in one of the videos it'd be green, and it was going around Rockingham racing a Huracan, and it was in white.
Yeah.
So this is the last colour it's been.
Yeah.
Before my dad parted ways with it.
Oh, I want a Zetec turbo. The noises this thing was making. And the fact that this was built, you know, by Leigh's dad in the kitchen, yeah, just makes it even cooler. And that wing you've put on, I think makes it even cooler. Never mind what anyone else says. What an awesome experience. But yeah, Leigh, massive thanks again for the joyride.
Anytime, mate, anytime.
And also, massive thanks for doing them modifications to the exhaust, man. I really appreciate that.
My pleasure.
You're a legend. I can actually get Esther back together now. And maybe next time I come, I'll be able to give you a spin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Give me a spin, yeah.
We will be catching back up with Leigh at the club stand at the Ford show at Santa Pod.
I want to try and get out to Herbie's and meet up with you, bits and bobs like that.
Yeah, definitely. We'll be catching back up with Leigh and his collection of cars. But yeah, for now, we are going to get out of your way. Massive thanks again, and I'll speak to you soon, man. It was awesome catching up with Leigh again today. And yeah, literally, before I even had a chance to turn the cameras on, he was like, yeah, I'm going to weld this exhaust for you. I really expected to sort of leave it with him and pick it up in a week's time or something. So yeah, if you're watching, Leigh, which I'm sure you will be, massive thanks again for doing those modifications to Esther's exhaust. I can now actually get Esther back together and get her on the road, which is awesome. So I'll probably be cracking on with that literally in a few days. I know a lot of you have been getting in touch to ask about Heidi. Now don't worry, I haven't started neglecting her, despite the fact that I've had the issues with Maude's half shaft. I am also planning to dive back into Heidi within the next few days. I've had a bit of an issue getting the correct pad for my DA sander, but the car paint shop has now, I think, got the right one on its way to them. Now, Leigh actually just gave me another load of bits for Maude. Last time I went to see him, one of the bits that he gave me was a catch can, and he actually forgot to give me the bracket for that, so I've got that now. So that's another cool piece that I can fit to Maude. He also just gave me a weld-on strut brace that he did have fitted to his moredoor Mark II, but he's now got the retro Ford bolt-on one fitted. So yeah, it'd be really cool to have a strut brace on Maude, might improve the handling a bit more. But yeah, he's a really helpful bloke, and yeah, I really appreciate him giving me all those parts that he no longer needs. It was awesome going for a spin in that KITCAR. It's an absolute beast, and Leigh can clearly drive it properly as well. As I've already mentioned, do check out the videos on YouTube of that thing on track. And yeah, looking forward to catching back up with Leigh at some car meets and stuff. And I'm pretty sure he's going to be bringing one or maybe even two of the cars to be on my club stand at the Ford show later on in the year. Now, we're actually going to go and visit my parents because we're in that part of the world today. So, yeah, I'm going to end this video here. If you did think it was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you're new to the channel, please do click subscribe and activate the notification bell to be kept up to date with all future uploads. Feel free to follow me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Massive thanks to all my patrons for your ongoing support. All the links for all of that will be in the description as usual, along with my email address for anyone who wants to contact me. But other than that, until next time, from me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat, thanks for watching.